Hello, it is Lobster Gaming here, and today we are going to be playing a Japan campaign. Now, the idea of this Japan campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts is going to be to take over an sort of Eastern sphere of influence. I'm starting in 1900, so we've already won a decisive battle against the Chinese, but we want to fully knock the Chinese out and conquer all of the Russians' eastern territories. That is the mission of this campaign. Now, if you want to see it go further and try and conquer some of the German or English or French territories in that region, feel free to comment down below. Anyway, without further ado, I've got a few campaigns running, as you can see, but those are like personal ones of mine. So let's delete that one that isn't really that important, and we'll jump right into it. So this is going to be loading up. I'm just going to run you through some things to do with this channel. I'm going to be just filming some videos to do with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts for now, and if anyone enjoys or wants to see something else, I'll go with that. This is just going to be a chill, fun channel. I'm not really looking to do anything massive. I just want to enjoy what I'm doing and really just have fun with it, so to speak. Right, so here we are. We are in January 1900. We do not have a fully built sort of shipbuilding fleet yet. However, let's build up our fleet. Today we are going to be looking at building some battleships, starting off with this semi-dreadnought, which it's not the best. This campaign will probably run into dreadnoughts and much more important stuff, but for now this is what we're going to be working with. So I'm just going to pop on all the modern tech that we can. We can only put on those two guns, well, two funnels I mean. We're going to be running 12-inch guns, and see if we can get some wing turrets going on. And we'll throw on a 5-inch for personal reasons, or something. Some torpedoes, no, we don't need those in this era. Just induced boilers, multiple expansion engine, hydraulic steering, Group 1 armor, barbette 2, anti-torp, double hull, anti-float 2, citadel 2, reinforced bulkheads, increased stage shield, both. This is just how I like to build my ships. Do what you will. I'm not the master of all things shipbuilding, that's for sure. That's why it's not on the highest difficulty. I am not remotely good at this game, and you will see that as we play. We're going to be making these 18 knots for now, for this era. They will be sped up as we modernize, as we will be keeping our ships as many as possible all the way through. 3 decal is really not that important yet. 2.5 and 10. Now we're going to be needing to make some adjustments to the ship, of course. Maybe let's move into some 11-inch guns instead there, because then we can make some improvements to the armor. Offset that rear weight offset. So there we go. Look up to 13. 14. Yes, we can. We'll do 1 inch of a deck, 4 inch in a belt, 10 inch on the sides and on the barbette, and 8 for the 5 inch guns. Can we throw in some? Nope, no spacious quarters. Is there any other upgrades we want to add? Do we just want to throw in some more superstructure armor? Yeah, that works. And is there anything else we can easily add? Throw down the forward deck armor, throw up the aft deck armor. Now we're still not exactly at a good engine efficiency, so maybe if we drop down the speed to 17 knots, these battleships will absolutely suck, but they're not supposed to be good. We are in 1900, and we're going to be coming across probably some equally bad Russian ships, if I'm going to be honest. We're not exactly on the highest difficulty, and I'm not predicting to see anything remotely good from the Russians. In campaigns I've played in the past, they have been possibly some of the worst ships I've ever seen, so I'm not expecting too much. Just throw on some extra armor. And that should be it. This is the Akitsu class of battleship, and we'll be throwing that into service. Okay, next up we're going to be looking at a Armoured Cruiser 4. We don't get Armoured Cruiser 5 like the British do when they start out in this era, which is highly advanced and quite useful, but I'm going to do something really stupid, I think, if it will let me. It won't. Okay. Well, we're just going to do that. Throw on that tower. Throw that tower. Put down some funnel. Induced. Multiple expansion engines. Hydraulic. What is the fastest speed this hull can do? We'll throw it at 21 knots. And it's 12,000 tons. You don't get any form of modern equipment in this era. Two guns up front. I'm sure they're not going to be the biggest. This ship is not going to be the slightest. It's just here until we can get something better. And we'll throw in some 5-inch casemates to make sure we can destroy slight ships with lots of guns. It's not going to be the most modern ship. It probably will get outdated rather quickly and we'll probably have to scrap them. But having crippling armor with barbette, double hull, Citadel 2, anti-flood and reinforced bulkheads in this era is fairly good, despite it being not a good ship. Not a good ship at all. I'm just gonna stick with the powder, I don't know, really. I am not the master of the mind. Electrical coincidence rangefinder. I've got 10 inches of armor. Ooh. 7. 6, 4, 4. Okay, we can't really put much armor on this one, it seems. Or can we go up to 13,000? 12,500. Get lighter funnels in there. On second thoughts, it's not really worth it having it with 9-inch guns in this era. They may not be the most modern things ever. We'll pop it with some 10-inch guns on both sides. Two, 1, 1.5, 7, 7. Throw some half belt. With that little bit of weight correction. Wait a second, can we make it even lighter? Yep, there we go. It doesn't look good, but it's what we got. And can we throw any more armor on there? We can. I'm happy with that design. Not the best ship. I probably won't be using it for long. Sorry about the squeaky chair. And we will be moving on from here. The Goyu class. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Next, a light cruiser. Semi-armored cruiser. Or we could go really, really early and look at this design. Jeez, that's old. But what could we do with it? It could be really funny. Oh, lordy. We could just cover this cruiser in 5-inch guns, and it would be the funniest thing ever. I doubt we can put much armor on it, but it would be a funny ship to start the campaign. Got some casemates down there. Throw on some torpedoes. Recommended speed of this ship is slow. Surely not. $25 knots. Nope. 23. 22. 21. I'll throw it at 21 knots. Knots. We can do 23 knots. Okay, I'm happy with that. Of course, no, we can't because restrictions. Is there anything else we can do to make this ship better? have a 50% engine efficiency funnel? We do. And that makes it a lot lighter. Completely forgotten about entirely about anything to do with the main tower, of course, because I'm an idiot. What would be the highest we could put this in armor at? 6 inches, so quite an armored cruiser. However, for this era, I don't think it's quite right. Now, looking slightly more modern, we can look at this hull, which we could do a similarly stupid thing with. And it recommends this hull at 23 knots, we'll put it there. And can we put 6-inch guns on here? No, we can't. 5s. Only 4s. See, I don't like that at all. I don't want to have to put secondary guns when I can just do barbette guns like this one. And do stupid stuff like put in the tower where the funnels are supposed to go. And putting a single funnel like that. It looks stupid, but it's highly effective, I think. Let's find out. We use boilers with a multiple expansion engine. Well, that works just fine. Even with that small little intake funnel there. So yeah, this series, as I'm building the ship and upgrading it to modern tech, is going to be focused on, basically making Japan the superpower it is in our history, but faster. Much faster. Go. Recommended hull speed 20 knots, so we'll put it at 22. Or 21. 101. And you wonder how much I cringed inside when I said that? A lot. If there's any way to... We don't need mines this early. We're probably not going to have any issues with them. Do we have space for anything like that? There we go. It's not ideal, but it works. Now, to do with the weight problems. How high can we go? 4.3, 4.5. Okay, well, let's drop the deck down to 3. Put that up to 4. We can look at main guns. Just chuck a whole lot of 3-inch casemates into these holes and 2 torpedoes on the side. we just check that off. Move that back there. Now with that out of the way, kind of, sorta, the weight offset off. We can do something like this. Probably looks wacky, but hey, what you gonna do? And then 18-inch torps, enhanced reload, vertical turrets, plus sight, G, carpet 2, cat. If we make them light shells, make this 2 inches of 8 inches of side armor, we can have a fairly good looking ship. The Katori class. Finally, we're going to be looking at, well, I don't know, destroyers. We won't do any torpedo boats, because having unarmored ships is just not helpful. Weight 50 is the maximum for this era. Make it 32 knots. You know what, no, 30 for this era, fast enough. Increase their speed as we get going. And from there, we can increase all the armor, throw on a tower or two, throw the funnels back there, throw the tower back there, pop on some barbettes, get some 4-inch guns covering it, and pop up on some torpedo launchers. Look at that torpedo back there. Got 3 torpedoes on the ship. A good speed. Bullet sight. Increase HE. Cat. 18-inch torpedoes. Fast. Standard. Coincidence rangefinder. Enhanced reload. 1. Let's see if we can bump up the armor on these 2. And that is the Sazanami class, which wraps up our designs for the start of this campaign. Now let's throw some of them into, you know, service. Let's throw 10 Akatsukis, 10 Goyos. Oh god. and then whatever's left on the Southern Army. Okay, well that's it. That's all we can really build. 47 ships, a very small navy, to go up against the Russians, who have 85. Of course, I'm a better admiral, but we'll see. And we start the campaign. So to start off with, let's build 13 Southern armies, to make it a round number of 30. Build 5 more Tories, and 5 Akatsukis. Look at building that, increasing the tech budget, lowering crew training to 10%, because right now we've got enough crew to build for what the ships we're bringing in. 60% tech budget, all of the transport capacity, so we can build that up for our war, and $50, 61. That's all we can really do. Yeah. Minus 2 million per month, but we're going to be quickly at war with the Russians, which should bump up our naval budget. Next turn. All the straits are opened, as the start of the campaign dictates. We are now at minus 99 with the Russians, and are just waiting for an inciting incident, which could happen at any time, anywhere, for any purpose. One thing I am worried about is, of course, that my most close port to the enemy does not have a ship in it, so we'll fix that problem. And move towards war. Of course, if there's anyone else who wants to have a go at us, they will. But I think our best stand of defense is to ally with the British in case we need a big ally to jump in on top of us. However, we'll see. Now, the first few months will tick by until we're eventually at war. Seems like Tibet is trying to uprise against China, and it looks like Russia might want to take Thailand, which might become a fun side quest for this campaign. Taking Thailand, because this is the area we want to run. The area around the Sea, Kamchatka, Southern Siberia, Russian Far East, and Eastern Siberia, which has the port, obviously, on the other side of the map. Now, we don't want to go to war with China just yet. We want to make sure they're happy enough so that we don't have to fight a war on 2 fronts. Germany knows how bad that was in World War II. And fighting the Russians isn't exactly easy. I have run a campaign like this in the past, and I did not do well. However, that was when I was starting the campaign, so I wasn't expecting to anyway. Now we're just waiting for our governments to decide that it's a good idea, that the opponent is an idiot. They're asking for trouble, prepare for war. And that we will leave for the next episode. Yeah, war it is, and we will engage the Russians in combat. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.